Hello and welcome to Dice and Adventure. We are a group of friends who love to tell stories. We use a very homebrewed version of D&D to help tell them stories. I am Matt, your Dungeon Master, and with me, as always, are the players. They will introduce themselves. We do have an additional player today who will introduce himself ever so briefly. And with that, let's start with Em.
Yo, my name's Em, she, they pronouns, and I'll be playing Xanthi, she, her.
Hey, I'm Sen. Tonight I'll be playing as Morticia, she, her pronouns.
Hi, I'm Montiago. I'll be playing Dimitri, and we both use he, him.
Hi, I'm Gisborne. I play William, and we both use he, him.
Hello, my name is James. I use he, they pronouns. I'm playing the mysterious man, who is a he, him.
Okay, so last time we was all together, there was a lot of preparation happening in the morning. William was getting prepared for his upcoming prize fight. Xanthi was doing a lot of training with him. Dimitri paired him with some of that training just to get him ready because he was having to fight a new way with two weapons instead of his normal weapon. During this time, Morticia and Dimitri decided to go into town to look for some items that would help with shielding Xanthi's mind from the Doctor, learning from their brief encounter with him that he's quite good with mind magic, controlling one's mind against their own will. So they was looking for a helmet of like protection or something like that. They found out that there was rings of mind shielding. They went to this very curious little shop with a owner that was even more curious, kept changing into different people, claiming it was a different person. They got these two rings for the price of one. Started to get a few little doubts in their mind that this town's a bit strange because they've not really had to pay for anything since they've been here. A lot of it's done with favours, and then even if they haven't done favours, they've been getting really good deals on things. When they got back to reunite with Xanthi and William, they did a little bit more training before William got changed into his new armour with the two the two short swords, preparing to enter the prize fight. The rest of the guys sat down, got really good seats to see the entertainment happening. There was a few warm-up fights. Then it came to the main fight where the announcer introduced their patron of this fight, which happened to be the Doctor. He said that this fight was going to be no holds barred. It was going to be whatever goes. So there was a moment of happiness for William, realizing he wouldn't have to hold back. But then there's a moment for everyone else of worry to wonder why that is. The Doctor then continued to introduce his champion. That was Xandria. As soon as Xandria entered, Xanthi realized this to be one of her sisters, clad in blackened armor and a mask. This began an inner turmoil for Xanthi, realizing her sister would not fight for sport. William was then introduced and the fight began. Blow after blow, Xanthi's turmoil thickened before actually jumping forward to try and stop this fight from happening. Trying to get like Xandria's mind back, trying to teach her that this is not the way, so to speak. This then started the Doctor getting quite annoyed with the situation. So he summoned three more of Xanthi's sisters. And when they come out and joined in the crowd, a mysterious man also joined the fight. And then it was an all-out fight. Xandria started to break the mind control with help from Xanthi. The Doctor found this the most disrespectful thing possible, so unleashed a devastating disintegrate spell, obliterating Xandria. But that was not all. William was locked in a blood rage with Xandria. So when Xandria's body became nothing but dust, William too collapsed. The Doctor disappeared, then commanding the other sisters to turn the gentleman's devil into rubble. with a lot of back and forth, the mysterious man grabbed Xanthi, dragged her out of there. The rest of you made your way out by other means, leading to this moment right now where there is people running from the Gentleman's Devil in all directions. You guys have just escaped. You've just got out of the mysterious man's hands, Xanthi. Morticia, you've just took one of her sisters. You flew out one of her sisters. What are you all doing as this moment ensues?
If I remember correctly, Pabu said to me that William Soul wasn't around or something.
Yes, something vague. Like he wanted to talk to you a bit more, but he couldn't talk too much, and kind of hug your face in a kind of way to telepathically communicate with you at the time. But yeah, there was definitely some talk of William's soul not being where it should be.
So if that's the case, if he's finding it difficult to communicate because we're running, once I'm out, I think Dimitri's gonna find a safe space, maybe like hidden within like an alleyway if there's one.
Yeah.
To try and speak to him properly.
Yeah, definitely. As you find that, Pabu, you let set William down, and Parbu's like able to like bump like heads with you so you can talk to him properly, and Parbu's just like, yes.
What do you mean his soul's not is gone?
It's weird, but I can sense like it's like a fire within each individual, a piece of their soul, and Williams does not seem to be located in, like, even though he's no longer with us, his soul should still either be there or linger in to join the Great Flame again.
And it's just, you just can't sense it. It's just gone.
I can't feel it.
So there's no point going to the church then, because they won't be able to do anything without a soul.
I don't know if it's potentially, maybe I just can't sense it. Maybe it moved on so quickly. I wouldn't like to claim otherwise. Potentially I might be able to meditate on this and get back to you with some more information.
Okay, sounds good. I'll try and find the others.
And Pabu will break contact with you. He kind of like puts his little paws together and he just like turns into this tiny little ball of flame. Disappears from like this plane of existence for moments.
And I'm just gonna look around to see if I can see Morticia or Xanthi.
Okay, so Morticia and Xanthi, what are you doing in this moment? I believe Aethon came to you, Xanthi, and you were starting to like clear the path or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
I think Morticia had just given Xanthi some directions to the temple.
Yeah.
I think she's going to kind of do a couple of loops, frustrated on Aethon, thinking through how far away it might be. Is she able to estimate how long it would take?
You reckon like top speed with Aethon, you probably could make it there in about 5 minutes. Like that's you going like flat out with Aethon.
Then quickly thinking through other possibilities. Would she have seen these clerics from earlier that were bringing the other contenders back?
You would have seen them like definitely when they were like bringing the other contenders back. You would have noticed they dissipated. Like as soon as like the doctor come in and was like, "Oh, this is a fight to the death" sort of thing. They kind of started to like make their way through the crowd and stuff like that. But with everyone escaping, you do know that everyone would have ran out of the building. So you could try and look for these. They had like purplish robes.
So I think having a bit of a height advantage on Aethon, she's going to do a couple of loops around the area looking for purple robe figures.
Yeah, definitely. Give me a perception check.
That's a nat 20 for 26.
Nice.
Yes.
So you do see a couple of them, and they're maintaining to some of the ones that's been injured with like this building collapsing, the rubble still falling. You do see a couple of them maintaining there, and you see one that's receiving treatment themselves. They seem to be like the three of them just clunked together.
So riding immediately over to them. Please, my friend is dead. If you're quick, we can save him. We will pay whatever you need.
I'm sorry, your friend.
Do you have what you need on you? It is within the last few seconds.
I mean, hopefully we was running on pretty low with all the resurrections we had to do with the previous fights.
Do you have it, yes or no?
The one that's injured just goes, I have one thing left, yes.
Could you give it to one of your fellow clerics?
And he just takes out like this sack, and it's like this kind of little pouch, and he just hands it over to one of them.
Reaching a hand down to pull the person that has it now onto Aethon.
Yep.
And riding back as fast as she can.
Okay, amazing. Meeting back up with Morticia.
Yep.
And obviously
I
the mysterious man's there as well. Okay.
Towards William as fast as I can.
Okay. But James, if now while this is all going on, let's what is the mysterious man doing? What's he doing in this moment? How is he acting with everything that's going on?
Well, he's acting very indifferent to what's going on. Xanth's gone off and he's keeping a keen eye on Xanthi as they're doing their thing, but she's not trying to go back inside the building in which he dragged her out. He's not going to act too much against what she wants to do. Dead guy on the ground. He looks interesting. Gonna have a quick look over him. Is there any major wounds that are bleeding?
So there were wounds that... So, in his state of blood rage, there would be wounds there, but they would have just stopped bleeding. It's almost like all the blood would just stop flowing in his body. Now that he's gone down, I feel because of the way he went down, that's still the case. So the wounds are still like open, but like no blood is flowing. It's like kind of just like all like almost congealed.
Okay, cool. Okay. So I'll have a quick look. How close are his companions to him?
Well, Dimitri is right next to him. Morticia is literally about 2 seconds away from him now as she ran straight to him. And I would say Xanthi with the cleric is about 10 foot from him. So they're all quite close to you and everything that's going on.
Yeah. Well, they seem to have their thing going on. There's not much I can do for that poor soul led in the ground. So kind of find a little place just to lean up against and watch them as they ensue with their panic.
Okay.
Dimitri, what's going on?
It's a soul. I asked Papu, he can't sense it. He says normally he can sense if people's souls. He doesn't know where it's gone. He's gone to meditate, but we won't be able to res if there's no soul, right?
We need it.
Yeah, I would say at this point you're there.
The ring. I learned something when attuning to it. It seems that the soul, if you die, might get trapped there.
How do we get it out?
Don't know. Turning to the cleric. Do you know anything about this? His soul is in the ring like this one.
This is a bit above my pay grade here. I normally just bring them back up as soon as they go down. We get given the materials needed by the tavern, well, the fight pit, and they kind of look at the rubble and just like that. I don't know.
Do you think you can try? I know these spells you do not have long.
I can try, definitely.
Wait,
Yeah.
I will go towards my chest and almost look for my Ole symbol, but it's not there.
Yep.
And realizing I can't ask my Hina for support, I will try and contact my father.
Okay.
And see.
Okay. So, here's what's going to happen. I need a... Okay, so this is what I need. I need Morticia to roll D100. I need William to roll D100.
I got a 62.
62.
$15.
15. Okay, and now the cleric jumps off the horse and immediately goes over with the pouch, places the pouch onto William's chest, and is going to cast Revivify. Okay. As this spell goes on, you see arcane energy extend from the cleric, almost like in shape of wings, and immediately they falter and like go into the pouch, and the pouch almost becomes like a defibrillator and just as you're focusing, Morticia, what would you say to your father in this moment?
His soul is trapped. I need help getting it out. How can I get his soul back in his body? Please.
Oh. Trapped souls are very tricky. Very, very tricky. Very time worthy. How is it trapped?
I think it's trapped in a ring. Mind shielding ring.
Oh, they're quite easy to get around if you know what you're doing.
Please.
Just one moment. And you see Morticia's eyes just completely glaze over red. And Morticia, you hear your father's voice louder now in your head. And he's just like, oh. And you see like Morticia's like head almost becomes like a surveillance camera as it just like starts to look around, observing everything that's going on. Oh, well, this is a interesting little bunch. Friends, I take it?
Family.
Family. Well, we are in prestigious place. This one here is down. Very well. And you just see Morticia like robotically get up, just walk over to the ring and place her hand on the ring. From her hand, you see this blackened, long claw-like nail extend from one of the fingers, and it taps the ring. And the ring like flashes. I've done my part. Now let's hope your little circus performer's any good.
Thank you.
Oh. It's not quite a thanks yet. Because I sense there's gonna be a bit more than meets the eye here. I've just done something that affects someone that's not mine. And let's just say me and his dad are not on the best of terms. So, whatever happens now is on you.
Thank you.
And you just see like what is just like slump back onto the floor. Eyes return to normal. And you see the pouch disappear. The wave of energy. Unfortunately, you were just a bit too slow. The spell does not take effect this time. The robed figure just looks and just like, I've normally it should just, has it been exactly less than a minute?
Well, I don't know. The times, it's just all. I wasn't counting. Is there not another spell?
I
We
mean,
need to get him to a temple.
if we could get him to a temple, we could. There's more powerful people than me there.
We
And
have
let
to be
us do
fast.
that.
Can you take him in your horse?
I can.
As fast as you can. We'll meet you
Have
there.
you got Reese?
His soul is released. Now they just need to be able to bring it back.
I can do that. Have you got my sister?
I will bring her with me.
And you will hop on Aethon? Could you pass William up?
So,
I'm heading over to the church.
okay, so you're going to Morana's, the temple of Morana, yeah?
Yep.
Perfect. So yeah, you just take up time and go, leaving Morticia with Reese, Dimitri, and Mysterious Man all left there as Xanthi just races off.
Morticia, do you think they're going to be able to help him? He's different, right? There's blood and whatnot.
Hopefully they have the right people.
I don't know if we should use the scroll. Maybe Raziel might know a way.
Let's use that as a last resource, perhaps.
What do you think about maybe Lillian? She knew who he was. Maybe there's a separate way to bring them back.
Do we see her around somewhere?
I'm going to say one of you make a perception check. Or you can both make one, it's up to you.
Yeah.
13.
13?
Oh my goodness, it's a natural 20 for 21.
Oh, amazing, amazing. You just see her hair like kind of whip round a corner, and you just see like, it's like a split second as she just continued walking, kind of in the direction Xanthi's heading. Or would have been headed, like Xanthi's gone, like,
yeah.
Like.
I'll grab Morticia's hand and just like, she's this way! And I'll go towards her.
Okay.
Mystery Man, are you coming with us?
Well, I think probably I should for the moment. You know.
I just try to whisper to Morticia, but it probably won't be that bad of a whisper. Can we trust him?
I gotta roll a perception.
Okay.
Let's see if I hear it. Oh. Pretty good. 19?
19. I'm going to say, due to this moment, you are going to hear this. Yeah. Because I don't think in this moment, Dimitri's so worried about being quiet. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's correct. It's not good. Yeah. That's the intention, but I don't think he did very well.
Interrupting. He will be like, you really shouldn't but you're gonna have to for the moment.
Fine, I don't have time for this.
Oh, we'll make time, but let's get your friend back on his feet.
Head towards Lillianth.
Okay.
Do the real kind of off the leaning and be like, oh, here we go. Fuck.
If I have to continue to use spell slots to keep our Sandy's sister asleep, I will.
Okay.
Because it only lasts for a couple of minutes.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Are you keeping her asleep until
Until
you
we
meet?
get to the church.
Okay,
I
that's
think.
fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, depending how it goes, I'm gonna say it's gonna cost you another spell slot now, and then I'll determine how we go as we go. Who is carrying her though?
I am at the moment, I
Okay.
think.
Good to know. Yeah, so you're racing after Lillianth. Yeah, you race to Lillianth. She's like running through the city, and she's just you just see her there. What you're going to do is you just see her continually running.
I'll just shout her name like, Lillianth,
Yes,
we need your help.
I was trying to get back to the temple. What is the problem? I saw the pretty one go with William.
Great, well, we can head there together. He went down. He's gone. No longer with us. I don't suppose you might know a way to bring him back. You seem to know what he was.
Well, let's just say I was a bit curious. She kind of glances at your new companion. And it kind of becomes like a stare. And she's just like, I'm sensing you've seemed to have traded one for another.
Not a trade. I don't know who he is, but he's with us for now.
Interesting. So, what is your name?
Well, that's the thing. I don't think you guys need to know much about me. But I definitely need to know a lot about these. Kind of point at Morticia and I, Dimitri. And be like, we definitely need to have a talk, but I don't think they need my name just yet.
Very well. She goes, the best thing to do would be get to the temple. But if I am correct in my thinking, and you're telling me that I am correct in my thinking, and he is what you suggest I think he could be, that he is, I think getting him over the threshold of the temple is going to be more of a challenge than anything.
I don't care if he has to stay at the door. We need to get there.
Very well, very well. Then we need to get going quickly, no?
Yes.
Well, I hope you guys can keep up. And she just starts like going back to running, chasing after Xanthi.
I'll try to run as fast as I can with the body on my arms.
Yeah.
I'll help Morticia at some point and like
Okay.
carry if need be.
Okay. I'm gonna say that's gonna be another spell slot.
Yep.
And yeah, before long, Xanthi, you ride up with Airthorn. You get to like the threshold, and as soon as you try to like continue riding through, William's body becomes like a dead weight, and like even to the point Airthorn cannot drag him through.
Is she at the temple at this point?
Yes,
It's
you're
kind
just
of on
like at
cusp of
the
it.
yeah, correct.
Does it look like there's anyone about? Any priests or priests?
Yeah, you've seen like a couple of like the equivalent of like monks. Both female. They've completely shaven heads, wearing very basic clothes, but they seem to be like lighting the candles around like the entranceway.
Calling out, Please, my friend. He is dead. I need help.
Yeah, they both run over, and they're like, "Bring him in! Bring him in! We must help him."
Something is wrong. He seems heavy.
What do you mean heavy?
I can't seem to get him. Is it feeling like she can't get him over a certain threshold?
Yeah, it kind of feels like that. Like as soon as you try to like drag him over, it just like dead weight. Just.
Can you do something for him here?
We need to. I will see what we can do with. And they go running back inside to try and grab any of like the other people. As they're doing this, you guys still chasing with Lilianth. Are you doing anything because you're chasing running through?
What's Pabu's situation? Is he still meditating?
Parbu, he would be back now. He basically immediately, you're carrying a Reese in your arms, and then immediately you feel like these little like paws on your shoulder, just as like there's like this burst of light, and like Parbu's back there. And again, that weird kind of moment where he's like trying to grab you to try and like connect heads with you to try and talk. Does it in like the weirdest possible way, but he does go, "Oh, his soul has been released. I didn't do it though. Something else did. But there's problems."
Yes, I believe Morticia's dad did that, but problems? What problems?
Well, if you would believe it, apparently there's a war brewing elsewhere. Apparently there's a situation happening because a demon has taken over another demon's territory or something. It's very, very confusing. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but the important part is the soul is technically released, but his soul was not originally from here, which, you know, I think the best thing to do would be to get him to a temple. Perhaps if you could meet a cleric doing the spell or something like that. I could probably assist with your assistance. We could probably try and do something. Yes.
Okay, that's great. That's where we're heading now. Where's this war happening?
Oh, it's not even in this plane. Don't worry about it. But I'm just saying, if that dark thing that did something to the ring is responsible for that, then potentially there could be repercussions.
Okay, thanks.
James, your character is seeing this red panda just hugging his face, and they seem to be like having the deepest conversation, not saying anything as they're running as he's carrying this body. It's definitely not the weirdest thing you've seen, but it's up.
Yeah. Hey, you? Where'd you find that?
Oh, talking to me.
Yeah.
I guess you wouldn't say I found. I guess he found me in a way. Long story. I don't think you need to know.
Well, you got a weird smell to you, but this is interesting. Right. Better keep running. Watch your step.
Dimitri, anything we need to know?
Yes. Nothing to do with William though. Pabu says there's a war brewing somewhere in a different plane. Apparently another demon has crossed another demon's territory, so it's caused a war.
Oh shit.
He thinks that the whole was it your dad that released William's soul might have been the cause, but he doesn't know. He doesn't understand. So
Okay. Let's just go.
Yeah, I'm assuming you might know something.
He said there would gonna be repercussions.
That's what Barbie said.
Yeah, guess he was right.
Let's focus on William first, and then we can worry about that afterwards. We'll add it to the list. Doctor, War, it's fine. Let's do William on the
Just
top
one
first.
more.
Yeah.
Dead friend, Doctor, War. It's a
Yep.
good list. It's a good list.
It's becoming better and better.
yeah, definitely. I think it's definitely a manageable list. It's like a shopping list, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say after all this, you guys are running profusely. You're running very hard. I would say it's another spell slot for you, Morticia. But I'm gonna say just as like the other, there's more monks coming out and they start to lower William down on the ground and start to like draw like circles and insignias and stuff like that around him, and everything's going like that. I'm going to say you guys are all going to catch up at that point.
Can we help?
Pabu said that he might be able to help. I don't know how, but I'll just... But Pabu.
At this point, the monks are not saying anything. There's about 6 of them, all shaven head females. They are all frantically graving these sigils and circles into the ground. They've like so many times, Anthony, you've kind of tried to butt in to help, and they've just like pushed you out just to try and.
Xanthi's just pacing at the edge,
Yeah.
kind of looking down at it.
I'll just say to,
Yeah.
I'll say to Lillian, is this ritual going to work, considering what he is?
I be honest with you, I was just guessing that he is what he is. I've taken it as a field of research for a curious study, should we say. And she just like walks up to the monks and she goes, "This is Madame Rosare. I want to see the High Minister." And the monks just go, "He is busy, he is preparing." And she goes, "You don't understand. I am Madame Rosare. I will see the High Minister." And she just like pushes through and walks through into the church.
Okay.
She loves you.
Yeah, oh yeah. Right. I'm gonna go to the ritual and I'm just say, I know you're busy, but I am helping. I don't care what you say. Papa, what are we doing?
Well, what we need to do, potentially, is we need a source flame for you to able to draw your energy into as a conductor almost. Perhaps if we could make like a bonfire almost.
Okay. I'll just turn to everyone else. I need a bonfire. Anyone have anything we can light?
Kind of pointing towards the mystery fest. You made fire the last time.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess I could. Well, I'll put some wood down and maybe I could do that for you, I guess. Just saying that, I'm going to start walking up towards William.
Yep.
At the end where his feet are, where he's led down.
Yep.
Let's have a look down at him. And then look at Xanthi. Well, let me know when you're ready and I'll fire that thing up for you.
Probably, I'm assuming we need it now, right?
We need it as soon as possible. It needs to be. We need to start channeling the flame from that into you to channel into me to help with the ritual.
Perfect. I didn't quite get that, but I trust you. Yep. We need it now.
Yeah, and he stood there with his arms crossed, and just from under one of his arms with his finger, he just shoots a little fireball. Real nonchalant, like. But yep, there you go. You guys play around with that for a little bit, and I'm gonna circle around William and head up to where his head is.
I will keep my eye on him.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I've got my proliferate, but I'm not focusing. I'm focusing on what I'm doing.
Did William die with his eyes open or his eyes closed?
I would imagine open because he wasn't. Yeah. Because he
Yeah,
was still
that's sudden.
fighting. Yeah.
I'll do a little lean over and just have a look at his eyes. What does William's eyes look like right now?
So they are kind of like glazed over, like almost like cataract almost. But you can see the blood rage that he was under. Actually, you know what? Give me a medicine check with advantage on this.
Thank God for advantage. 21.
21. Good. That is good. We like that. So with a 21, you notice the blood rage now is wearing off, and his wounds that were congealed just bleed. And like where they've laid him down, there's just this puddle now. You do see there is still something behind his eyes. Not kind of a outright no glaze that in the world, just kind of like something that's diggable.
Cool. So I'd probably mutter to himself, but, definitely still some form of ember burning bright. And he'll squat down and looking up at Morticia because you can feel it. She's staring.
Yeah.
Be careful what you do.
All right, don't you worry. I ain't gonna take his head off just yet. I'm gonna grab his face, hand on either side, and use the index fingers. I'm gonna pull his top lip up.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have a look at the area above and around the canines.
Yep. So I'm gonna keep the same medicine check you did before.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
And basically, you can see like little slits above the canines where like a set of fangs would come down.
Well, look at that. Very interesting. All right, I'm going to slap him on the face. Stand back up. And I'm going to get a little book out and turn away. And just browse through the little book I got.
Okay. You hear arguing coming from inside the temple. One of the voices being Lilianth, the other voice being a male's figure's voice. And the argument starts to become very clear to you, and it's just like, I do not care that he is something to do with your friends you've made. He's an abomination. They do not get the same treatment as everyone else. But, Father, what about if I'm wrong? I'm just thinking. I've told you many times, you do not mess with the makings of such. Morana is the goddess of death.
Who's saying this right now? And can I see them?
They've not quite come out yet. They're kind of in like the almost like the inner chamber bit, but they're talking very loud. Like this is very loud, like very shouting. Very shouting. That's perfect English. They are talking with raised voices. They are shouting, and you just hear him go, Morana is the goddess of death. To deny her someone's privilege of dying and being in her keep is to spit on her face. And is that something you wish to do, daughter? And at this point, she comes out and she's got tears coming down her face. And then you see this figure come out. He's also a dark elf like Lilianth. He has got long white hair that is braided with a black and red ribbon. He wears darkened robes that go from like pitch black into almost like kind of like purpley blue at the bottom. He wears the symbol of Morana around his neck, which is a skull with a crown of thorns. you also see that any part of him is covered in tattoos. But they're not just like show-off tattoos, like kind of like, oh, they're really cool. They're like literally inscriptions. They are words. Who speaks Celestial? Just Morticia?
Xanthi does too.
Oh, Xanthi does. Amazing.
I think she's probably focused on Riss at this point, though.
That's fair. But yeah, anyone that can see that, they basically are like prayers and essentially the holy chapters of Morana are like written upon him, like to show how devout he is to her way. Same like Lilianth, she had the start of them on her arms. But he's got like literally everything, like every part of him is covered in the inscriptions, and he just comes out and he just looks down and looks at the rest of you guys, and he's like, I am sorry, but if what my daughter tells me is true, he is a abomination of Morana herself. It would be disrespectful to allow him to continue.
Hey, sometimes abominations need a chance, and who are you to speak for, Marana? And I'm gonna cast Dominate Person on him.
Okay.
And he's gonna do his check. I'm gonna shimmer like a plucked harp string again. And I'm going to change whatever result he has to a 15.
Very good call. What saving throw is it first? And then I'll tell
Wisdom.
you.
And DC's 16.
Okay. So he does succeed it. But originally he rolled a nat 20. So it was clutch. But no, his wisdom is high, being a cleric of Morana, you would imagine. And he's just like, oh, I'm going to forgive that due to the situation. But try it again, and you'll join him.
Oh, pious man of such great power, I'm so sorry for ever inconveniencing you.
He just like extends his hand, and his hands are very like long and bony, and he just puts a finger up to like shush you as he just looks down at you, Morticia. He's just like, and who are you to determine when it's their time?
Sister Morticia, first daughter of the Church of
Mahina.
Please. It's not his time.
And Lilianth is there as well. She's like, Father, please. And he's just like, Karen, we do not get such liberties. We are just here to see that her will is done. And if he is welcomed into the forever night, who am I to bring him back? Who are any of you to demand me to do such a thing? I'm going to get you to roll a persuasion check, Morticia. I'm going to give you advantage on it. Because I'm going to say Lilianth is helping in this situation.
18.
18? And like Lilianth is just... she's just there and she's just like, Father, you can do this. And he just looks down again. I do not wish to do this. But rules can sometimes be bent if it means so much to you, daughter. And she just goes over to him. She goes, "Father, he does." And he's like, "Well, if Morana is willing, I will begin. I'm going to need more energy, though. I don't suppose you have the materials we need."
What do you need?
To perform what I'm about to perform. At least a diamond or material object such as jewelry worth 5,000 gold. No? Oh, so you expect me to fit the bill as well?
Is there a time limit for this? We can pay you back.
As you say that, I'm gonna get Xanthi. Roll me a percentile dice. D100, please.
38.
38. As you say, is there a time limit? Lilianth comes over and snatches the necklace she's wearing off her neck, and she hands it to her father. And she goes, "I believe this would cover it." And he just looks down. The mix of anger and heartbreak flashes across his face. And he's like, "If that is your choice." And he goes, "And who is going to assist me in such a way?"
In my hand, I was just going to slap my book shut very hard just to catch his attention for just a second.
He just turns. He's just like, "Yes."
Would I be able to assist if I don't have my oldest symbol?
Yeah, you would, yeah. Because you're not actually doing doing the casting. It's more just sharings of energies.
Then yeah, sure. I will.
Okay.
And then I've got me and Pablo doing
Yeah.
our thing.
I need one more of you to assist.
Something.
Well, you don't seem to like me.
What is it that is needed?
A collective sharing of energies.
You can take what you need.
I would be careful with such words. And he kneels at the head of William. He starts like getting like almost like it's like dust or soot out of his pocket, and he starts putting like symbols on William's head. Opens up the shirt, the like leather arm bit, and starts putting them there. And basically there's some on the palms of his hands. And he removes the boots and puts them on the feet as well. And you see, as he begins to cast this, almost like from him, this veiled woman starts to come out from him. Elegant female figure. A shadowy black dress, alabaster white skin, a cloak of feathers, and a black veil just like extends from him, ever so thin, ever so pale. And these hands dig in to William's body as he begins to cast. Now, I need for you, Mantiago. Sorry, Dimitri. I'm going to do that now. Outside of the game, I'm going to call you Dimitri, and in the game, I'm going to call you Mantiago.
Yeah.
So, Dimitri, with Parbu's assistance, and Parbu's assistance will be a +5.
Oh, okay.
I need you to roll me a D20 and add your spellcasting modifier.
Okay, +5. Okay. I don't know what dice to use. I'm so nervous. Okay. Okay. 22.
22. That's good. Xanthi, I need you to make me a d20 roll and add your strength bonus.
So that's another 22.
Another 22. That's good. Morticia, I need you to roll me a d20 and add your spellcasting modifier. And now, are we doing this with Mahina's guidance or with your father's guidance?
He helped before, so in this case, I will go with him.
With Mahina?
No, with my father.
With your father? So you get to add a +3 to this.
14.
14. This pale, thin woman digs her hands in, and as she does, her form grows bigger as flames start to chase around her, illuminating her with this reddish glow. Xanthi, you begin to become ever so weak as your strength is added to this ritual that's taken place. And you see almost like bits of thread coming from each of the black marks he's made on the body. And this female figure tying them back together, almost like sewing the soul back together, if you will. As you add your help, Morticia, she turns her head a full 180 to now this being's looking at you. Eyes go wide. Her head tilts. A smile creeps across her face as her form dissipates and plunges into William's body. All the black markings disappeared. The man casting the spell takes a deep breath. And that's a great place to go to a break. Welcome back. So, with the final breath, the final exhale from this head cleric, Rosaries, Lilianth's father, all the candles are snuffed out. Light in the vicinity goes out. The flame you ignited dwindles until there's just embers. There is silence. The breath comes back to him. Well, it's in her hands now. As you all look down at the lifeless body of William, hoping for a moment of movement where there is none, there's just stillness. Just as Lilianth screams and begins to sob, Reese wakes up and goes, Xanthi? Distracted. Breath enters your lungs again, William.
Well, look at that.
As you can slowly get the feelings. Back
Just
into
gonna
your-
lay there.
Yeah. Your eyes blink as light returns to the vicinity. The candles igniting. Parbu just and Reese just like, what's going on?
I think Xanthi's going to put a hand on so we can see that William's back, right?
You can see his eyes like starting to move, and like what you all notice, his chest starts to.
So she's going to let out a breath of relief. Put a hand on his shoulder. Let's not do that again. Good to have you back. And then go see Therese.
Yeah. Yeah, as you rush over to Reese, Reese is just like, wow, you got him bigger? Is that possible? You changed your
you-
hair.
With us? Or are you still under his...
I don't know what you mean.
What's the last thing you remember?
Last thing I remember is you said you was going to catch a boar. And then she pauses.
Xanthi's just going to shake her head and start checking her over. Just...
Yeah, she looks fairly okay. Like, apart from the wounds from battle that were inflicted, she looks okay. You do notice as you start to check her over, though, you see the same markings that were on Xandria.
I'm glad to have you back.
Well, this is a very weird place.
Agreed.
Dimitri is going to go and hug Papu, and just say, "Thanks, buddy. Seems like we did it."
Parbu just like full like sprawls in your hand, just like, like
I'll just carry him because he seemed tired. And he goes, "Let's go see him." And I'll walk over to William. How you doing?
Yep.
Do you still remember us?
Sadly,
Good to have you back.
yeah, I don't feel that way.
Also, would it be me if I didn't say, I'm sorry?
No hard feelings.
I guess cure wounds, like 3rd level.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I see that, and I'll just dump all of my resting lay on hands.
Yeah,
13.
perfect. 13
Another
points
20.
of healing. 13 and 20, so 33 points of healing into you. You see his wounds start to stitch up with, like, your magic morticia starts to stitch them, and then, like, there's, like, this dust in a flame that, like, congeals them and sews them shut.
I'm just gonna lay here.
That's fair.
So I did a little inspection of William, and they've obviously had a successful ritual that seems to have brought him back. How do I feel about the fact that he's breathing
Yeah.
after doing my inspection?
It's definitely unsettling to what you was thinking.
Well, why are you all looking so sad? You got your friend back.
Not now. I will look to Lillian and look her dad, and just look up. Thank you. I know you didn't want to do it, but honestly, it was for the best.
The father gets up with anger in his eyes. I suggest you leave these grounds. Balance always has a price. Now, leave.
Xanthi is going to clasp hands with Reese. I think we have a lot of catching up to do, but it seems that this is not the place.
No, he seems like a very angry person.
And then pointing towards the figure that we haven't been introduced to. And do not think that I have forgotten that you got between my sisters and me.
Oh, don't you worry. We'll be having a conversation, little one.
Scowls, kind of eyes piercing.
Yeah, he does like a big shit-eating grin.
Yep.
Dimitri's gonna help William up, and as he does, he was turn to Lillian and just say, "I'm sorry about that. Are you going to be okay?"
Don't worry. I've dealt with him at his worst. I just hope this is worth it for you. And you notice the markings that you just thought were on her arms start to fade away.
Boy.
Thank you for what you did.
It's always nice to make my father do something he doesn't want to do.
If I don't know if you even need it, but if you do, you can come stay with us for a while.
I may take you up on that offer. Let me see how the ground lies.
Yeah, you can always join our group if you need to.
I don't really think these shoes and this dress is made for adventuring now. I do like the author. Maybe I could be like, I don't know, like eye in the sky, like a voice, you know. I could just, when you come back into town, I could be like, make sure you have nice rooms or something, you know. But we could like buy a house together. I could be like the maid or something, you know, something like this.
You'll be the lady of the house.
Yeah,
Well,
we can definitely buy a house. But
I knew I would be the lady. I wanted to be polite.
okay.
UFS.
Now I suggest you all get some good rest.
Thank you.
Perhaps we can get some drinks later.
I think maybe I'll meet you tomorrow. I think today has outlived its worth.
Tomorrow.
I'll take you up on that drink, definitely if you're paying.
Oh, the drink wasn't to you.
Yeah, we don't even know your name.
Very true.
Right,
And
let's...
can we just go?
Yes. Come on, buddy, let's go.
As William gets up, when he's
Yeah.
stood up, I will lean over to him, put my hand out, and be like, "Oh, we haven't been acquainted yet. Pleasure to meet you." And go to shake his hand.
I guess. And yeah, William will shake his hand.
And I'll pull him in a little closer. I'm going to stare in his eyes again. How are they looking?
Different. There is still something that lingers back there,
But then
but a different something.
Okay. Still holding his hands, trying to make it uncomfortable. I'll look from his eyes to the rest of them and just be like, definitely are an interesting group.
There's some kind of culture thing I'm not read up on. Like trying to pull the hand away at this point.
Oh yeah, he'll release it after he said his smirky little comment. And then, yeah, you could say something like that. Maybe it's just manners not transferring properly between individuals. But
Okay,
drinks?
sure.
All right. And he's still pretty weak, so I'll slap him on the back. Go on then, let's go. And said, "You too." He's going to point to Xanthi.
Think I will be not drinking tonight.
Well, at least allow me to have your company while I'm having a drink with your friends.
Are we, I presume, out of the temple at this point?
Yeah, I would say you probably talk like after William's up and that, and you've made your formal agreement. I would say you're starting to make your way back to the Wanderer's Goblet. Yeah.
So I think Xanthi's just kind of glaring at him, and Labris out by her side and is just clicking through the different forms. So you'll see it turn into a longsword, turn into a spear, and she's just staring at you while she's clicking it.
So he's smiling the whole time. He's like, "That is fantastic little trick you got going on. But make sure it's real sharp if that's what you want to do."
Is now the time to explain yourself? Or is that better over a drink for you?
I think I definitely want you guys sat down and not touching stabby things.
There is a lot going on this day.
Mm.
I need to see that my sister here is as settled as I hope she is.
Oh, of course. And sisters being in such danger and everything. You're very quick to stab at that point, aren't you?
Would you like to put that to the test?
You tell me. He's going to put his arms out.
To shake her head.
Xanthi. I don't know if now it's the time, but maybe we should check your sister for the tracking thing that Adine had. I don't know if she has it too, but
I did
might
notice some
safe.
similar tattoos. It is probably worth doing, as you say. And thank you. You brought her out of there.
I was trying to get your other sister as well, but
You did so much. I'm forever grateful.
her family. I got your back.
And I will have yours. William dealt with it last time, right? Do you think that you could have a look at these tattoos? If you need some time, I understand.
Yeah. What did I can certainly try.
And
I
Xanthi
guess.
is going to hold Reese's head. This might hurt a bit, but there is a very bad man that is tracking you, and we need to break that. But you will be fine.
Okay. Why don't you just punch the bad man like you did when we were kids?
I've tried, and I will try again.
You should punch him harder, like you did that. You remember when that the brink came and you just punched it and it exploded?
I've been training a fair bit since then, and I think with more, and perhaps with your help, if you're up for it, we stand a good chance making another person explode.
I'll try. I feel very weird, but I'll try.
Weird? Weird how?
I feel like I've been like asleep for a really long time and just waking up. And like I don't know, I like very like she lifts her arms up, she's like very heavy.
Think now would be a good time to get these tattoos sorted?
Yeah, let me try. He'll take the dagger off his belt and go to cut his hand. And obviously the blade won't ignite.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that hurt for no reason.
Should you really be cutting yourself? You just got back from being dead.
Yeah, well, at the same time, this is the only way I could ignite the blade. I guess that won't work, and it'll just clean off the blade. You do fire because you sterilize it.
I could. Do you want to just sterilize, or I can continuous heat it up?
That may be better. Yes.
I will then cast heat metal on the blade.
Okay. Amazing. Yeah, that will definitely do what you're after.
Do I need to make another Arcana check, or are the runes almost identical?
This time there's no fog. As you're looking at the runes, and you do know which ones to cut, but you do need to make an Arcana check just to make sure you cut the right ones. But you get advantage on it.
Can I also give him guidance? Because he just came back from the dead.
Yeah, definitely.
I could give him guidance because I'm concentrating on heat metal.
Okay, so it's 17 at the moment, and let me just do the guidance. For a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Easily, you stab
I apologize.
And sever the correct runes.
Now that it's no longer foggy, do I remember that I may have accidentally cut the wrong runes on the Dean?
As the fog is clearing, that is one thing that does come into your mind as you're doing this. And you didn't cut the wrong runes on him.
You will no longer know where you are.
Oh, that's good. I looks at you, Xanthi, like, it is good, right?
I hope so.
Okay.
Can I take the blood from the little dagger that was used to take a little bit of a sample from her blood?
Yeah, you definitely can. Yeah.
I will do that.
So to the Wanderer's Goblet, is it?
Well, that's where we're staying.
Dean is also there. Don't know if William will be up for dealing with him.
Oh no, well, that's fine. Don't worry.
You sure?
Just I apologize for actions that may occur when I get there.
You know what? It's fine. You get a pass.
Kind of getting a bit of the wind back in his sails, so to speak, and
Yeah.
actually trying to walk on his own.
Yeah, it's very much them first like kind of baby steps. It's like as you like let him just to start to walk by himself, you're like equal parts happy he's doing it, but worried like, oh my god, he's gonna fall. No, oh, it's okay. Oh, he's fine. Yeah, as you all start walking through the streets to the Wanderer's Goblet, you pass the Gentleman's Devil. A lot of people still around there, clearing out. Xanthi, as you're walking past there, can you roll me a perception check, please?
Sure. That is 17.
17, good to know. As you continue to walk past and you walk past...
There's one thing that she wants to do while we're
Yeah.
there, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Could she approximate where the ring would have been in this rubble? Looking for where Sandria would have.
You know what? I'm going
Fallen?
to say, because of your background and you're very good with like the layout of plans and stuff like that, I'm going to say, yeah, you could work it out.
Would you mind looking after Reese for a moment?
Of course.
Wait at her.
And Sandria is going to go kind of heading straight for where she thinks Reese would have Sandria would have fallen.
Yeah.
And is looking for any of her remains and potentially any items that would have been left over.
Yeah. So you would definitely see another Labras axe like you, but obviously hers would have been in a spear state, but it's exactly the same item you carry. Obviously her armor wasn't magical, so that went with the disintegrate. You do manage to get enough runes. You do manage to get enough remnants of her. You do, however, find a necklace.
I guess pocketing that. Can have a look at it in a bit.
Yeah.
In the meanwhile, are there any injured people around?
There are still a lot of injured, and there's still a couple of the clerics left, and the one that kind of tried to help you earlier is still going around trying to heal a few people up.
Can I go towards the ones that look a little more critical? Like,
of course you can.
and start doing a bit of pain shares and cure wounds, just to make sure save as many people as you can. Basically.
Yeah, I would say if you're willing to spend all of your remaining spell slots and stuff like that, you'll be able to save all the injured 100%, and better, you'll be able to get them up and they'll be able to start helping people. Xanthi, with the perception check you rolled, as you go to pick up Xandria's remains, you instinctively just look up at one of the other buildings and you just see a figure wearing the similar sort of mask Sandria was wearing just stare back at you before they disappear.
Kind of stare back in silence for a few moments. and then pat the remains of Sandria. I will bring you back. And head on over to the others.
Yeah, as you do that, Morticia running around
When-
cleaning. Yes.
I was just gonna say, when Xanthi comes out, you will notice this mysterious man isn't kind of smirking or smiling now. He's looking a little more somber for a moment. And then maybe catches her eye and just smirks again. And looks away.
Just a weird thing.
Yes.
Is the announcer around at any by any chance?
Yeah, he is one of the injured because he was one of the last to leave. Like, you know, he's how do I put it? He's kind of that cliche of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know.
I'm gonna go over to the stranger that still doesn't introduce himself and just go, "You can give me a hand."
What?
You ever done a con before?
Good deeds. All right.
Technically, it's what I earned, but we're just going to see if he's actually going to pay up. So I'm just going to say you're my manager. All right.
All right. Okay, so I've got power over you. You do what I tell you to do. Got it.
Mhm.
And I take 75%. Got it. All right. Let's go.
That's what the idea is, yeah.
All right, perfect. That's how it is.
So I'm going to go
Right.
over there with, obviously, Mystery Man following me and go, so, if I didn't go to plan, did it?
No, not the greatest moment of the Gentleman's Devil. Luckily, we have been reimbursed by the doctor. He's such a good man. He's managed to pay for us to rebuild, and he's given us magical means to do so. So we should be up and running within a week.
Going to lean on the wall next to him, obviously still with some injuries bleeding, but like, well, technically I'm the only combatant still remaining in the prize fight.
I mean, technically, rules as written, that is actually correct, yes. It's interesting how that works. Although,
Yeah.
if memory serves, you didn't administer the killing blow.
No, but it was a fight to the death and I'm alive.
That is true as well.
And there was no rules.
True.
And I mean, allow me to step in for just a moment, if you will. Pleasure to meet you. I'm Horgoth, manager of this fine champion right here. And if I just get my book out. So as I remember, yep, as we go, fight to the death, all agreed upon, not a problem. Payment upon winning the bout, which, champion standing, that looks like a winner for me. But also injuries taken within the fight. Yep. Got to take that on board yourself. Can't complain about that. But I don't see anything about injuries that stem from poor architecture, failure to have safety exits. And I see no responsibility here from administering medical aid. So I mean, there's a lot of problems right here at this establishment running these events. So what's that? Say, why don't we be fair? We say the winnings, a little extra on top, and we won't have to follow any kind of like governmental kind of paperwork or anything to maybe get a little bit extra out of it. I'll really glare at him at the end.
You do make a very convincing argument. Persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Would me deliberately making my blood like drip on the person help in any way, shape, or form to like distract him?
I mean, if that and my glare at the end could change that to intimidation, I'm down.
All right, I'll give you an intimidation.
Nice. Sweet. 29.
Nice.
29. He's just like, okay, how about we settle on 5,000 gold?
Oh, that's pretty bad. Allow me one moment. Let's just William and goes, I don't know. What was the winnings?
Well, technically, I was fighting for the blacksmith, so we're only meant to get like 2,000 out of it. So this is a lot better than that so far.
I mean, 75% of that is fantastic. Yeah.
No,
all right, yeah, we'll gladly take that. That's an amazing offer right there. And I'll shake his hand.
He just shakes your hand back. And he's just
Yeah, no, he doesn't really pay attention to people that are hurt. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
So have you got it on you, or are we picking it up later?
And he like goes to his like pouch and he like kind of shakes in his hand. He's like, what do you say to a down payment of 2,500? And then you come back, or tell me where you're staying and I'll drop off the rest when I receive it from the doctor tomorrow.
I look at William for this one.
I guess we can come back once I'm healed and I'll get it personally.
Yeah, I mean, you could try to shake me down, but I don't have any more on me.
No, I'm just saying I'll come get it personally so you know who to look for.
Okay, that sounds good to me. And if you wanted to, you know, our other champion got dusted. Didn't know if you noticed that. So if you wanted to fill in as the reigning champion, I suppose we could work out a way of paying you ever so much per fight, sort of thing.
What would be the time frame on that? What would I need to do? Weekly, daily?
Well, yeah, the doctor now wants to do weekly kind of events for this. I'm pretty sure he would outfit you with anything you wanted, like armor-wise and weaponry and stuff like that.
No, I'll be an individual sponsored person. I don't need to be under his.
Well, unfortunately, the doctor would, just the agreement we have, he personally takes the champion under his wing. It's just what he does.
You know what? You said you're building tomorrow?
We are he is coming to drop off the funds and a magical builder type person. I don't know. He wasn't very vague, but he said they can get it up and running in a week, and the more it stays like that, the less I'm going to make, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Okay, we're going to come by, well, later half of the day, and then we can talk about it.
Yes, sounds great.
And then I can pick up the rest.
Yes, definitely. And like I said, if you wanted, maybe, I don't know if your manager needs to be involved in the official conversation, but potentially we could probably...
Yeah, I'd definitely love to be there.
Yeah, I mean, we could do a... maybe the doctor funds you, and because you fight here, I get like a 10% cut.
Let's get this down on paper, Rin. I don't know, signed. Then we'll discuss details. Now, give me the money.
Of course. Tomorrow, then?
Tomorrow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You see like a little pep in his step as like that's going on, and then like immediately as you walk away, he just like slunches back on the wall. He's just like, oh.
I think as we walk out, and probably say to William, "What a slimy fucking asshole."
Yeah, but he doesn't really deserve it. Keep that on you, though. If you hand anything this way, he'll be suspicious.
Yep.
Sort it out of the tavern. Fuck.
Drinks on you. Don't wander out with him.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So anyone else wants to do as you continue to the tavern? No? So, yeah, you continue heading through town, and you get back into the Wanderer's Goblet. As you come through the door, the tavern is in a roar of laughter, and you see a dean standing on one of the tables performing. And people are like throwing like silver at him, and like he's got like a little kind of hat, and like you see like this spectral lute come out, and he starts like strumming away on it, and you know, for the most part, yeah, the performance is quite nice. You know, it's quite upbeat and everything like that. And as soon as he
How
sees,
sturdy is the table?
fairly sturdy.
fuck it, I'm going to walk over. Kind of all smiles and that, even though in great pain. And just full blow kick one of the legs out the table so the table collapses.
Okay, roll me a strength check.
19.
As you kick this leg out, Adine does like topple, but disappears in a smoke and then reappears on the floor. And he's just like, oh, well, that was my last performance. Oh, hello. Couldn't someone buy my friends here some drinks, please? They look very tired. There's
We need to have words.
Words? Yes, of course, words, yes. I am nothing if not a word poem. And then he's just like...
pick him up with
drinks,
less
drinks.
aggression than normal.
And he's just like, yes.
Kind of brush him up, be like, find a booth.
Of course. My friends would like to sit there. Yes, you, big man. If you don't move, she will punch you in the face, then he will punch you in the face, then I will punch you in the face. And then this one, you don't want to even get this one started. She will turn you inside out and then cut your head off. And they're just, this guy's just like, yeah, all right, yeah. And he just like walks out. He's like, a booth.
I'm going to drag him over. Not super aggressively like past times, but still like, come on.
You know
Too
what?
much for keeping a low profile?
I thought... And then he like presents you with like a bag and it's got like 20 gold in it. He's like, I thought I would contribute to the efforts.
Well, the thing here.
Yes, of course, you know. And I was like, how can I thank you guys for helping me so much? So I was like, you always need money. I always need money. So I thought I would get you money. And I performed to get said money. And now there's drinks. And the guy just brings over the drinks.
I'll stack the dagger into the table and just kind of lean on it and go, so, do you want to tell them that you lied to me, or do you want me to tell them?
I'm sorry, you're going to have to be a bit more... Which lie?
I'm going to pull his arm and slam it on the table.
Oh, yes. It turns out you didn't actually rob me of all my magic. I still have my latent abilities. Thank the maker.
I'm going to go over the runes a second time and just... How much level of bullshit is he spewing?
These runes weren't tied to his magic at all.
Yeah. You're fucking lying to me.
Lying, yes. But lying, no.
These runes aren't attached to anything that you have going on at all.
Oh, looks like someone worked out and remembered. Well, shit. So, Dimitri, you look upset. What happened? Someone die?
You could say that.
Oh.
You're looking at him.
Well, you've never looked better. You've got a bit more colour in your cheeks. I would say your hair's a bit messy, you know, just brush that down. And you've got two new friends. Oh, you look like a mini Xanthi, and you look very handsome.
And you've got to leave.
You know what? It's not the first time I've heard that. But like now, or just from
Keep
this
that.
booth, or from the room?
Keep that. Give us the room key. Get your own fucking room. You're no longer under our protection. We'll work for you. But if you die, not on us anymore.
I must say, I'm very heartbroken by this turn of events, but...
You want your help being free from the asshole? We'll still work with you, but you're not our problem anymore. And he will push him out the booth.
Well, looks like our friendship is over. And he just walks up to the bar. And he's just like, I need a room. My friends have abandoned me.
I did get the room key back off him though first before.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Just
Make sure.
I will have that key back.
I didn't want to. I wanted to spare you him handing over the room key.
Yeah, sure. Just making sure, because sometimes when things aren't said, it doesn't happen.
No monkey paw this time.
Okay. Just gonna spin it on my finger and just. The most angry you've kind of seen him be, but in a calm way.
Yeah.
Yeah, just that. That's just the face he's got at the moment. Oh, right. Mystery Man, help me with the announcer. We got some of the payment for the belt, and I apologize.
There you go. Let's chuck the bag on it.
Ooh. Oh.
Difficulty.
Sorry about that. That was just some technical difficulties on our part. We're back now, though. Diving back in. They've kicked Adine to the curb. He's now upset. He's got his own room. Yeah, and William, you was about to talk about how the mysterious man helped you with.
So, yeah, he helped me with the referee. I apologize, Amphi, but as rules were written, there were no rules and I won. So we used that to get something for our problems.
Yep, there you go. Chuck the bag on the table.
Don't feel good about taking the doctor's blood money. But if it will help us against him.
I think that's the key point. We use it against him.
Yeah.
And I will open the bag. And he said 25?
Yeah, 2,500 gold, yeah.
I will split it 5 ways and give the 500 to you. I know you said 75, but let's be honest here. You didn't do any work besides backing me up.
Fine, I don't need it. You guys can keep that to yourself.
You sure?
Yep. Money is not what I'm interested in.
Fair.
What
Well,
is it that you are interested in then?
Excellent question. Why don't you all take a seat? Get a drink in you. That one can stay. I'm going to point to Reese. I guess we got to do some introductions, don't we?
I think it is a bit overdue.
All right.
After you?
Very well. He won't sit down as everybody goes into the booth. He'll kind of stand at the end of the table and kind of do like a little slow pace, a few steps back and forth. Well, you can call me my name, which is Leiros Coldranth. I don't know if that means anything to you, but it probably doesn't. And I know all of you. You're the idiots that have thrown a wrench into the cogs of my investigation tracking down the doctor. Because somebody can't keep their anger in check. Stab him in his own place. Now look what's happened. The hell do you think you're doing? Do you even know who he is? What he is?
Evil. That is
Well done. You've got the bare basics. That's a great start. But it ain't good enough. You're fucking things up and you're gonna get everybody killed. Reel it in.
Last I checked, it was you who was standing between us and him.
The reason I was standing in between you and him is because I was trying to get the hit in first. And there's a reason for that. Because I know what I'm doing.
And what is it you know of the blades?
The Blades. The sisters. Well, I know what happened to him. I know what he did. The only reason I don't know is how come he didn't get you, sister?
I ask myself that most nights.
Was there something different about you? And he'll get a little closer, look in your eye.
Kind of stared, presumably down at him. Sandy's 7 foot tall.
Have you sat or are you stood?
I would think Sandy would still be stood.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so yeah, you tower over him a little bit, but it doesn't bother him. You don't. He's like straight up, look in your eye. What's different about you then?
I don't know, but whatever it is, I plan to use it to make things right.
Okay.
If that means you are willing to work with us.
I do not work with amateurs, I'm afraid. You guys would just be set to get me killed.
What is it that you are doing then?
Let's just say Doctor does bad things and I don't like it.
Agreed.
How about you convince to me why you lot, and they'll kind of point around the table, slight linger on Morticia. Why do you lot, who are up to no good, think that I should be telling you what I'm up to?
Well, you have a point. We don't have any right to ask for anything.
Well, the dead one's the smartest one. Amazing. You will get an air the whole time. It feels like he is trying to piss you off.
During this whole thing, Reese, given this tankard and she's sipping away, she kind of looks at you, Xanthi, and then she looks at the man talking, and she kind of like cocks her head a bit, and then she looks at you again. She's like, sorry, Xanthi, I don't know why, but I know this man.
Turning back to Leros. Have you spent time with the doctor?
Well, I wouldn't have been chasing him down if I didn't have something to do with him.
Then you know Reese? How does she recognize you?
Well, let's just say we spent some time in a cold room together.
Are your arms covered or no?
Oh yeah, so he's got like a long jacket on and stuff.
Could Xanthi try and get a read? See how truthful that is?
Definitely. So, James, give me either a deception or a persuasion check, and then you give me an insight check, Xanthi. 12?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Yep. Seems to be the truth. Probably turned to Reese after saying that and said, when you say that's the case, something like that.
I'm not feeling well. Can I just go to bed?
I'll go with you.
No, you talk with him.
I don't want to leave you on your own.
I'll be fine. Seriously, this man I remember, and this cold room just makes me feel very. I don't know. I just want to rest.
Yeah, I kind of feel that.
Perhaps we could all head to bed. Continue
that's a
this.
good
Most certainly. But before that, he will split into 4 lots of 600 for the 4 of us. And then the other 100 that's left, he's going to go over to the bar and just put it down and be like, this is our conjoined tab. For as long as we're here, take it out of there. And if you need any more, tell us.
Oh, definitely. Is that red one included in that?
Which one's the red one?
Adine.
Dean.
Or Morticia, technically, but he's meaning Adine at this point.
He can pay for himself from now on.
Oh, he owes me a good amount of gold then.
This is just for us 4. The guests that we have with us as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely, no problem.
Thank you. As he's walking back, you can kind of feel like the bones. Like you can hear it in the air as the bones like crack and get back into place, and just like death is not as it's all cracked up to be.
Try and stay away from it for a while, please.
Yep. Most certainly going to try that again.
Do you think we can have a word later on?
Certainly have a word, yeah.
You want to do it now, or
It's up to you. I'm more than happy to stay with the rest. Unless, Xanthi, you want to swap with Dimitri tonight?
If that is what you wish.
Yeah, and then
I'm
we can...
staying with Reese, but I don't mind where.
Yeah, no, you can have Dimitri yourself look after your sister then. And then I guess mystery man that now has a name, which I'm not all there to pronounce just yet. You got a room?
I'll make do.
Just gonna shout to the barkeep. Give him a key.
Oh, yes. And he just walks over and he passes a key down to Eulazor. And he's just like, oh. Hello there, friend.
Looking at him. You right?
Yeah, you helped us out with some of that trouble the other night.
Don't know what you're on about.
Oh, I see. My mistake.
Yeah, people seem to think they recognize me. A lot.
You must just have one of them faces.
Sure. I'm gonna kind of glare at him a bit.
He just immediately drops the key and just walks back behind the bar.
Thank you very much.
Okay then. I guess we all reconvene in the morning. Breakfast on me by the look of it.
if you have any issues, please scream as loud as you can.
Will do. Likewise.
Oh, I will.
I'm
believe
definitely
it.
getting my stuff back on. Jesus, this stuff the kind of ripped and cut apart leather. This stuff is useless.
Oh, but now you can get new things from the blacksmith.
You all have a bill to pay as well, and technically I did win, so you shouldn't have any bill to pay. They just didn't get their payout.
Well, they need to fix that with the gentleman stuff.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, off we go.
Night night, everybody.
See you in the morning.
Sleep well.
Good night, all.
Don't leave us in the middle of the night, okay?
You just sit in the booth. Any drinks that are left, he's probably going to drink.
Making a dirty pint?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Snake pint.
Yes.
No way.
Yep.
Before Xanthi walks away, he will just say to her, "You gotta drop that attitude, little miss. You might be big, but you ain't that strong."
Do you want to put that to the test?
I thought you wanted to go to bed.
Tomorrow, then.
Tomorrow it is. And we'll watch where that goes.
Yeah, as you all head up to your rooms, Xanthi and William swapping rooms. Reese with you, Xanthi. Lazor, he's still down in the booth drinking away. What are you guys doing?
William,
Yep.
what did you do?
What do you mean?
You made a deal with a demon?
No.
Well, you were involved with a demon.
Dying and being brought back to some interesting things with your memory.
Well, my dad said you were under another demon's territory or some shit like that.
The long story.
Well, a long story. It caused the war.
Yep, and don't. I'm not happy about that either, honestly.
Are you gonna tell me who the demon you made a deal with is?
No, because I didn't make the deal. I was the deal.
What do you mean you were the deal?
So my mother was a strange woman.
Okay.
Outcast from the family. Lived on her own. Family just paid people to keep her away so she didn't have to worry for much. Kind of into dark magics and occult stuff. And as I said, I was the deal.
So she wanted a kid?
No, he wanted a vessel.
So you were the vessel for a demon?
Yep. But
And I
fate
released your soul.
Yeah, well. But fate has a really twisted way of not giving people what they want. So before I could, be born and sacrificed like the whole deal was planned, Mother sadly didn't make it to the whole birth part.
How are you alive?
As I said, long story.
That's a weird ass story.
Yep.
So what do we know now?
Well, I know I'm not. All there, if that makes sense.
I assume he's gonna want you back somehow?
No, the whole deal was when I die, you just, take over the body and do whatever bullshit you wanted on whatever place I was at the time.
So now you're free?
No, not really. That still stands if I. Yeah.
So you're still bound?
I'm bound until he gets what he wants, yeah. Or until he no longer exists. Either one.
I'm down to kill a demon. I mean, my dad clearly doesn't like him. I guess we'll get some support.
I'm not 100% sure that's going to be the best course of action, but it also isn't the worst.
We could make you like the ruler of these like territory.
No. I'm happy to concede it to your father.
If you don't want it, and I'll give it all to my dad.
Yeah. I'm more happy with what I was, not what I am.
Maybe I can talk to my dad. Maybe he can give you some powers.
No. They always come with a catch.
Maybe I can introduce you to the church.
Considering how that went when I woke up, I don't think that's a good idea either.
That church is a bitch. We just go to Mahina.
No. Answering to something else doesn't really feel right.
So what do you want?
I will get back to you on that one.
I will research on it.
He's just going to sit down on the bed. He is going to get his stuff together and put it beside him. And the buck that he got from the mansion the first time, he is going to use the dagger, cut his hand, and just feed the buck as much as he can.
Mhm.
So hopefully it can, regenerate its pages quicker.
Yeah.
So I can do 43 right now.
Okay.
Without, putting me unconscious.
Yeah.
Do you still need the vials of blood I have?
We'll give them to the buck.
Well, not all, because I need some to track, but the rest you can have.
You know the ones that we got from the orc fella? We can
yeah.
just use those. Yeah. And the 6 blood vials as well will also feed it to the buck. Because this is... To him, this is the only way he's going to get answers now.
Yeah.
And he will read until sleep takes him, unless there's anything else Matisha wants.
I think I'm good.
Okay.
I know. Are you gonna sleep?
You eventually, yeah. If he'll end up falling asleep before you, most likely.
As you ask him, are you going to sleep? Just like book on face, just snoring away.
I feel like I will stay awake a little and just say, "Thanks, Dad. If you want us to fight in the war for you, please let me know."
You hear a voice just coming to your head, and it's just like, "Oh, deals have already been made."
Nothing for me to worry about, I hope.
We shall see.
So you don't need anything from me?
Just rest for now.
Okay. That sounds very cryptic, but okay.
And anything you want to do before sleep takes you, Morticia?
No.
No? Okay. Dimitri and Xanthi. Anything you guys are doing before sleep takes you guys?
I'll just say to Xanthi, do you need some time with your sister? I could wait outside.
I think we just need sleep, to be honest, so it's fine for you to come in.
Of course. Just want to make sure.
How are you feeling? Been a day?
It's been a day, yes. I think better now, knowing that William's okay. I don't know what I would have done if he didn't make it.
Likewise.
And what about you?
Well, some good, some bad. We have some goals to aim for. Things are a bit more concrete now. We know more.
before I
But
get.
it is a long journey.
It is, yes. And before I forget to say it as well, I'm also sorry I froze back there. I didn't really do much.
I felt in the same boat. Don't take it upon yourself.
But I will help you to get back your sisters.
I appreciate that. And we have made some progress to that.
We did actually. Also just a heads up. But we don't have to worry about that now. I hope not. Anyway. There might be a demon war happening.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I spoke to Pabu, apparently, Morticia's dad crossed some sort of other demon's territory, and now there's a whole war trying to get William's soul back out from the ring. So it's on the list, but that's not as important, I don't think. Not yet.
That
Doctor
is
first.
quite out of my scope of knowledge, but
Same.
if Morticia is in danger, then we'll do what we must.
She didn't seem too worried, although she might be masking it. But I'll let you know so you're in the loop.
Well, I appreciate that.
Let's get some sleep.
Have you got a bucket of water on hand, or?
You know what? Good shout. No. Let me go get that, and I will be right back up. And I'll just head back to the bar, just ask for a bucket of water.
Yeah. Lazor, you see this happen. You just see Dimitri go up to the bar asking for a bucket of water, and then they look at him, they fill up a bucket of water and hand it to him.
Thank you.
Thirsty?
Sure, you could say that.
Alright.
But as I'm heading up, could I just check my scars if they've grown potentially, or are they still stable?
So as you look down at them, they no longer seem to be like blocked out scars anymore. It seems to be like almost like, you know, like when people get like the blackened tattoos, like just where it's all blacked out. That's what your arms look like as you look down at them now.
Okay, interesting. I'm sure it's fine. Go ahead. Back into the room.
Okay.
Got it.
I think as you get in, you'd see Xanthi is curled around Reese in bed, just not letting her go.
Yeah. I'm just gonna quietly set the bucket next to the bed and then climb in.
Okay. So, as sleep takes you 4, what's Lazor doing as he's just in the booth? What are you doing?
Gonna get his little book out. Open up it on the table. Have a good look. He's gonna have his name, William, written on top of the first page. The signs are definitely there. But it seems this little touch with death has undeaded him, it would seem. And he clearly don't have no thirst no more. He's a money-grabbing little bugger. That's full stop. Kind of flick over a page. The elemental with the little friends, it says in the notebook. He's a little bit of a mystery. A little bit wet behind the ears as well. Don't really think he knows what he is, but nothing to worry about. Flick over again. More Tisha. She got a horrible daddy, and that's for sure. And them crispy-looking fingers should not be touching people. Bad magic. And on the other one, you literally just Xanthi. One of the sisters. And then I would just say fool underneath. And probably close that up. Barkeep, got some parchment and a quill?
Yeah, sure. How much do you need?
A few pages worth, maybe a pot of ink.
Yeah, no worries at all.
And let's forget that we keep bumping into each other. Place like 10 gold in his hand.
Never seen you before in my life.
And then he will sit there with whatever drinks he's got around him, and he's going to proceed to do some scribbling, some writing, some diagrams. It's pretty much going to be what he's going to do before he sleeps.
As you're writing that down, a figure you've bumped into before, one you've steered on the right path before, just comes up and goes, "Is this seat taken?"
Looks pretty empty to me.
And Lilianth sits down opposite you. So, are you still able to do what you think you can?
Well, I can do it. I think you know I can do it. It's whether people get in my way and stop me from doing it. That's the problem.
Yes, that is part one. Part two, I fulfilled my deal. So it's time for you to fulfill your part.
Well, I ain't sticking around long.
I think you're a very wise man and you know exactly what I want.
I'll give them 1 day. If they don't get the picture by the end of it, they ain't gonna make it to the end of it.
No, that is fair. And I told you that these people would be able to help you. I've been watching them since they've come into town. I've been paying off the town to make sure they've been able to get through to places they need to get through.
And that's why they ain't gonna make it. Because you're opening up doors for them and you're giving it to them easy. You don't make them out of cotton wool and fluff. Make them out of iron, burning. You beat them down and then you raise them up. That's how they get strong. Molly coddling them, giving them what they want, fucking handing them out magics and items and shit. Fucking earn it. And they got one now. They ain't nothing that he was before.
But you can change that.
I ain't even thinking about that.
You said to me if I found you people that are willing to fight him, you would give me what I wanted to fight my problems.
Look, I trust you. God, you know I trust you. But doesn't mean I think you're right. But I'll do it. I'll give him a chance. Just a chance.
That is all I ask. Just a chance. But I do think these will be the ones to do what you want.
Yeah, we'll see.
Also, the church is no longer a problem.
Oh, really?
That spell weakened him good and proper.
Fucking asshole.
Yes.
I just don't like his face.
And she takes off her backpack, slides it over to you, and she goes, "You might grow to like it." And she stands up and walks out.
Watch her leave.
She turns back because she knows you're watching her leave.
Mm. Give her a wink.
She just nonchalantly just like kind of just ignores you and just walks out.
Mm-hmm. Yep, sounds about right. Look at the bag. I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna look up to their rooms. God damn it! Pick the bag up, put it on the table. All right. Do I not? Do I want time? For fuck's sake, she's always right. Open the bag. What's in the bag?
As you look in her bag, you see her father's head. In the mouth of that, you see a potion vial.
What colour's the potion?
This potion is a purple, deep, dark purple, almost black vial. There is a tag on it. And she goes, on the tag it reads, "There's only one. Don't fuck it up." And on the back of the tag it's got hag's blood.
Well, we're going to be taking that then, aren't we? Put it in a pouch. What are we going to do with this? I'll close the bag up for a moment, just put it under the table.
Okay.
Fucking damn, she's always right. Then sit back and stare up at the rooms.
Okay.
And that is where he will sit, motionless.
Yep. Staring up at the rooms.
Mm-hmm.
A semblance of sleep takes you eventually. All of you get a good night's sleep. Xanthi, can you make me an intelligence saving throw, please? 7. You just hear, like, as you're like tossing and turning, you just hear, "Oh, smart idea with the ring. I would have done something similar. Doesn't quite work for me. I mean, in the short term, yes. But once I've already worked my way in, I'm there. I'm like an itch you cannot scratch. A bug to bear. A annoyance. A persistence purpose, you could say. Now, there was a little bit of an accident that happened. I'm sure you're aware. I've lost a very good soldier. I don't want to lose any more. You know what you have to do to stop that happening. Or I have plenty more devastating things I could do to the remaining sisters of yours. One really likes to climb high buildings. It would be a shame if there wasn't a safety net. One likes to make inventions. It would be a damn shame if they invented something that blew up in their face. One sleeps with you peacefully. It would be a shame if something broke into the room and slit
That's
her throat.
enough.
Oh, you can talk. Interesting.
What do you need?
I have reason to believe something is not quite right with your current ensemble you walk with. I need information. I don't like surprises. I need...
Give me a reason that I should do anything for you.
I will give you a reason, certainly. The moment you wake up, look to your window. But sweet dreams for now. You are definitely worthy of being killed by my hand, if not being saved by it.
Let them go. And I will do whatever you wish.
I think we need a binding contract of this. I am supposed to be handing off some money tomorrow at the Gentleman's Devil, or what's left of it. Meet me there, we can talk, and maybe I'll have one of your sisters there to give back to you. Or at least part of them.
If you have done anything more to hurt them, then we will have no deal.
Like I said, when you awake from this beautiful dream, look to your window. And sleep takes all of you. And that's a great place to stop for tonight. And we'll be back next week.